Welcome in to Lock In Live for NFL Week 6 with Uncle Phil. I'm your host, Matt. Thanks for joining us this Sunday morning. Uncle Phil, how are you doing this morning?
Man, good. Heavier in the wallet today. It has been a really good past couple weeks. We've really been on fire. So looking to add to that today. Yesterday had a big college day yesterday. Hit a play on Friday night as well. So look, man, I'm ready to go. And good thing is I didn't bet this game today. This morning, the Jets and the Broncos.
Yeah, no doubt. It's been
What a
ugly
trash
so far.
game.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's awful.
Before we get into your picks, I know when there's games overseas, we like to get after it pretty quickly. Let's talk a little bit more about your success. I mean, I feel like you've just been dialed in on NFL. I don't have your record off the top of my head, but it's up there in the last couple weeks. So, what's the formula?
Yeah, look, I mean, it's just been really good. I mean, look, for me, some people are watching, the money and the sharps and doing that. And for me, I guess I look at that a little bit, but for me, I trust me, and I've trusted me for a long time. And as long as I'm watching the games, then my eyes tell me what I should bet on. And if I'm going to go down on a bad call, then I'm going to go down on my mistakes and not because, I heard a sharp bet this or that. I take everything in context, but I listen to everything, and, I've just been able to digest a lot of information. But for me, my secret is that the more games I watch, the more games that the more data I have, and the more I understand who teams are and if teams are good. Like yesterday morning when I gave out Indiana on the show as one of my plays against Oregon. I know Lang and I had kind of had fun back and forth on that one because he was on Oregon. But for me, my whole thing was that, look, I've seen Oregon play Penn State, and I don't think Penn State's that good. And that's kind of turned out to be true. And that's what I thought. I thought Indiana was just better, and I just don't think Oregon should be laying 7.5 points. So it's just context, comparing games and scores. And by now, I have a lot of information. That being said, I think this is kind of a tricky week this week. And, I would just urge everybody to be cautious this week.
Alrighty. Well, let's press on the gas and avoid caution. Where are we heading first, Uncle Phil?
You bet. A couple things. I'm just going to try not to overthink these too much. First one I like is I like the Chargers and Miami to go over 44 points. I think this is a trip to South Beach is exactly what the Chargers need. I don't know that they'll cover the 4. That money has been coming down. It started 4.5 and it's gone down to 4. People are going to be on the sharp side as of Miami, no question about it. I mean, I wouldn't be playing the Chargers on the game, but do I trust Miami? I know that's a desperate team, but I do know the Chargers didn't score more than 10 points last week against Washington at home. And I think a little trip to South Beach is exactly what this Chargers teams need for Miami, who's not going to bring a ton of pressure, even though that Chargers line's kind of beat up. I think they can contain this. I think you're going to see Justin Herbert put a lot on his back today, probably run the ball. I don't know what his props are, but I would bet that's probably a good bet too, is Herbert over his rushing attempts, over his rushing totals. I think he'll probably get that today. I think Chargers will beat up too. This is a desperate Miami team, so they're going to be pouring on points. This is one of the few totals that's moved this week, and it's moving up. Let's catch it now. Go over 44 points is my first best bet for the Chargers and Miami. Just sit back and enjoy the game as much as you can. The next one is another one. Don't overthink this. Is that I'm taking New England minus 3.5 in the Superdome against New Orleans. Is that, look, New England is a good team. Yes, they're coming off an emotional win, but New England is good. They should have beaten Pittsburgh earlier this year. It turned out Pittsburgh's a pretty decent team, right? And so New Orleans, look, everybody's like, hey, they're kind of frisky. I'm like, yeah, they kind of play hard. But again, it took them the Giants turned the ball 5 straight times to actually win the game. So I don't think New Orleans is that good. I think they're probably the worst team in the league. And I think today that shows. I like give me the better coach, give me the better quarterback, give me the better roster against a New Orleans team that's just not as good. 3.5 points is not much for me to swallow. I'll take that. Give me New England minus 3.5, and let's roll with that.
Love it. Well, I'll be tuning into both of those, so we'll most of our viewers should be great. Well, let's get into the questions. We have a bunch of them rolling in already, so I know halftime's coming to an end soon, but let's rapid fire through these.
Yeah.
We got JB on X. Good to see you, JB. He says, morning, thoughts on Cowboys minus 2.5.
Look, such trap game. Such trap game. Dallas never plays well in Carolina. Carolina's the side on that. I didn't have the guts enough to take it. But if I'm playing that, play Carolina. And I can't even tell you why they would win. I can't tell you how they would win. I'm just telling you Carolina's the side. And if you play it at all, play Carolina and stay away from Dallas on this one. I don't know why. Dallas should beat them by 40. But it's weird. Dallas does not play it well at Carolina. And I would take Carolina there.
Okay, sweet. Hey, well, thanks for the question, JB.
Absolutely.
Let's keep going. We got James Bennett. He says Niners plus 3.5 question mark.
Now, look, I look. The sharp shots, Tampa Bay. It is. That's what the books need. That's what I talked to my guy on Friday night. That's what they need is Tampa Bay, but I can't see it. I think San Francisco abuses this. The way Shanahan works is Shanahan, he puts those linebackers in conflict, and that's Tampa Bay's weak spot are those linebackers. I expect Mac Jones to have a big day, and I think they wear out Tampa Bay's linebackers. 3.5 is a good one, and you're getting that game in the afternoon, so there's really not the West Coast to East Coast travel time for 1 o'clock games. I think it's a favorable spot for San Francisco. Plus, San Francisco's getting, I think, Juwan Jennings, Pearsall back as well. So, look, I like San Francisco there. I didn't play it just because the money was against me. But, man, I like it. I like San Francisco there. I just don't – look, I love Baker and I love Tampa, and I think their defense is a weak spot, and I think Shanahan exploits that. I think San Francisco's got quietly – maybe potentially the best defense in the league, thanks to Robert Saleh. So, like I said, I'm backing you. I like San Francisco.
All righty. Hey, well, thanks for the question there, James. Best of luck today. And thanks for showing up each and every weekend. Next on the line, we got Grant Kroner. Grant says Seahawks versus Jags. Any thoughts?
You bet. I have some really strong thoughts that's in my notebook. I'm sorry, buddy. I have to pass on that one.
Okay.
My bad.
Yeah, no problem. We got Blake up next on X. He says, what do you think about the over in the New Orleans Patriots game?
Look, I looked at that. I like it. I think that's probably a good one. Look, it's a fast track. I think New Orleans certainly plays better at home. I like it. I think that's probably a good bet. Not one of my favorite bets, but if I had to play that one, that's the side I'd lean in on.
All righty. We're really doing rapid fire today. I love it.
Let's roll.
We got a quick comment before we get to our next question from Woody. Woody, good to see you. He says, no question. Just want to say I appreciate you guys. We appreciate you, Woody.
Yep,
appreciate
absolutely.
all our viewers.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah.
Thanks, Woody. Best of luck today.
100%.
Let's keep going. We got Nicholas McCoy. Nicholas McCoy on X. He says, you already answered Dallas. What do you think about the Bengals? Plus 14.
Look, here's the deal. I'm just going to tell you one thing, is that the Bengals got worse by adding Joe Flacco. The Bengals had the worst offensive line in the entire league, and you add a statue and Joe Flacco there. This is not an upgrade. Getting Joe Flacco is not an upgrade. And again, you got him in 1 week. This isn't Baker, where Baker got Sean McVay got Baker, and when a week later he all of a sudden won a game. This is not that same Joe Flacco. I don't like the 14.5 to enough to play the Bengals in that game. However, just understand that what's Green Bay going to do? Green Bay is going to bring pressure. Green Bay, they are third in the pressure rate in the NFL, and they're the team that blitzes the least because they've got their front four that's going to bring pressure. Well, guess who's the worst in the entire NFL against pressure? Joe Flacco. You know what his QBR is against pressure? Joe Flacco's QBR against pressure is a 3. I mean, 3, not 30, but 3. This could get ugly. I wouldn't take the Bengals in this, although I do like that they played better second half last week against the Lions. Felt like they showed me something, but that was Browning at quarterback again. I don't like it at 14.5. It's just too many points for me, kind of a principle thing. But I sure as heck wouldn't play the Bengals here.
All righty. Yeah. Let's keep it going. We got Andrew from Dallas. Good to see you, Andrew. He says, Rams cross country -7 versus banned up Ravens. Seems trappy.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. That's in my notebook. Can't talk about it, but thanks, buddy. I appreciate you, man. Much love to you. But I can't play it. It's in my notebook.
All right. I'll take a few more here. We got Victor Gadsden on YouTube. Good to see you, Victor. Says, any thoughts on Steelers -6 versus Browns?
Yeah, 100%. Got a lot of thoughts on it. It's in my notebook too. I love that game. And it's in my notebook. Man, I just apologize to you guys. I mean, you guys are all on the games that I'm on as well. So, I mean, you're asking about all the games. I mean, you're asking about the right games. I just can't talk about it. I respect the people that paid for the notebook, but I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yeah. We'll take one or two more. James on X. He wants to know if KC is the right side in it. I know you don't usually tip Sunday Night Football picks during the morning show, but
yeah, I don't. But I'm going to go ahead and tip it to you guys. I mean, there's 1,000 of you that are jumping on and that are probably watching this awful Jets Broncos game. But I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys, I'm going to be on the Chiefs night. They got Worthy back. You could see the Chiefs last week turn the corner against the Jags. They lost the game, but you could see their offense start clicking. Detroit hasn't really impressed me. They didn't finish the game well in the second half last week. I think the Bengals get them tonight, and I'll take the 2.5. And I'm also going to tease down I'm going to tease down obviously through 0. I know that will offend several of you, but I'm going to tease the Chiefs down through 0, and I'm also going to tease the total down and take the over now because I think there'll be lots of points scored. So, good question. I'll go ahead and let that one go tonight.
Yeah. All right. We got. We'll take one more. We got Zach on X. He says, "Hey, Hunkle, good picks yesterday. He's on his way to the New Orleans game. He loves the first quarter and first half spreads. What do you think of the Pats? -2.5 first half."
Look, I like Pats all day long on this one. If you want to go, I don't know about first quarter, but I'd go first half. I think Pats take this one. I just don't think this one's particularly close. I think this one gets out of hand.
Definitely. All righty. Well, it looks like this game's coming out of halftime. Any final thoughts before we wrap up here? Get to enjoy some more football for the day?
No, man. I'm just pretty excited about the day. Excited about the way things are going right now. Look, when I'm seeing things well, I usually just put the hammer down and usually bet accordingly. But right now, I'm seeing things well. And I'm excited about the week and hope you guys are too. Hope you guys are making lots of money as well. But anyway, guys, hey, listen, for Matt, who produced the show, I'm Uncle Phil. Guys, I really appreciate you guys tuning in each week. Let's have a day. And as always, guys,